Welcome back to the Outer Worlds 2. We finally finished up on Praetor, so we're back on the ship, planning next steps. Seems like a good time to drop by the free market station to collect our reward for fetching a toss ball. Then I think it's time we finally touch base with the Order and Auntie's Choice. Have any new decorations? Like a sparking tower somewhere? Let's see one. Oh.
Glad there are people out here like you. Gives hope. Both of us, well, we're forever in your debt. Before I forget, here, this is for you. Thank you ever so much for freeing my father.
My friend from Placid Waters. Appreciate you fetching the pitch ball Millie got me. And of course, the escort out of there. Though mostly, the pitch ball. Wonderful, wonderful. So good to see Millie again. Don't know how to do anything here, but I can sing to my heart's content. You heading out? Do take care. Again, much obliged.
What the guy sing? Extra primer.
Stimulants, medicaments, drugs. Get your drugs here. If you're here about a toothache, you've come to the right place. If you're here bleeding from a dozen bullet wounds, I suppose I can help with that too. If you've wounds that need stitching or teeth that need scrutiny, I'm your doctor.
Are you a doctor or a dentist?
Yes? Is this a problem? I'm the only doctor on Free Market Station. I think that excuses whatever quirks I may or may not have. My prior faction demanded I strictly adhere to my vocation and forego the world of dentistry, under penalty of death after a certain number of infractions. Suffice it to say, I'm pleased Free Market Station allows me to be myself.
How bad a dentist were you? Anyway, what you got for sale?
Medicaments and more, all sufficiently regulated, or thereabouts.
Well, that's a fancy hat. Gain increasing healing from your medical inhaler, increasing with your hack skill. Well, that's an advantage since I have hack skill. Again, extra primers. Oh, make my own trauma kits. What the heck?
If you've a tooth pain, you know who to visit.
Get caught unawares all you like. My armor will keep you safe.
Look, everyone else here? Nothing you buy from them will matter if you get killed.
So armor up. Tell me what you need. Can do.
Calorie counter. Biocalorie inverter. Okay. Charge repulsor. Corrosion disperser. Stabilizing matrix. What am I wearing at the moment? Can't tell. Varnished hat mask with no mods. Okay. Go see our favorite tossball card enthusiast.
Greetings again. You may have defeated me last time, but I shall rise from the ashes someday. In the meantime, you're welcome to browse my collection. Behold!
If you were defeated while wearing this helmet, you may pay 2,000 bits to continue. Well, you know, if anything is worth the money, I'm thinking that is. Oh, and this person has rockets. It's a lot of money for 6 rockets. But that's 6 more than I have right now. Such a strange thing. Oh, and I actually have a discount with her now. Boy, I'd love to see the equation written out here. A lot of factors going into the prices I pay. So I think we'll put on this hat. Now, unfortunately, I lose some of my magazine size. So I could save that hat for particularly tough fights and otherwise keep the other one. Okay, I think it's time we hit the road. We need to touch base with some of the power players around here. Easy. Okay. I believe we are going to head to Cloister.
Moment of your time, Commander. Remember that matter on Cloister I mentioned earlier?
Nope.
Well, since we're here and all, thought we might take it up now. Might be hard to believe, but 20 or so odd years ago, I made a mistake. Feels like high time I righted it. Now I'm out and about again.
Wasn't this about research considered heretical by the Order?
That's where the error occurred, I believe. Others judged it such. I shut it down. Believe I was wrong to do so. For many years now, a former colleague of mine's been in a remote spot called Reasons Pass on account of my decision.
I guess you feel bad about that.
I try not to think about regret or remorse. I shut down her work. I was wrong. Stating that out loud is the furthest extent of my self-castigation. Her research
Well, don't
was
strain yourself.
unconventional, surely. She was as well. I think with both, we could right things, get the Order back on its intended path.
Okay.
Do appreciate it, Commander.
But you hardly seem very contrite. All right. Come on. Pack your coat.
See that spire? That's the archive right there. The archive.
Okay, we'll have to go there. I think there's nothing terribly interesting on this platform other than us. Doesn't look like there's any way I'd be able to get up there. Oh, there's a cave. I suddenly want to heal up. Regal tarts, the key to good health.
What could possibly be keeping the repair personnel so long? Oh, greetings. By any chance, did you happen to encounter the repair personnel I dispatched to Resistor Bank 2789B12?
Nope, just got here.
Our new JTY-1030 resistor banks are built with enough durability to suffer through a tremendous amount of misuse. But the brutish handling by the Protectorate is too much for it. The misuse is causing moisture uptake, which causes the resistors to give off more heat. In the snow, that means more moisture, which means even more heat. I'm sure you can observe that the problem is cyclical in nature. I don't
Right.
suppose you'd be willing to aid me in fixing this?
Yeah, where is it?
It's down in the valley just southwest of the archive. The heat has liquefied all the snow off the glass surface. It is an easy location to observe.
Okay. You know what's keeping the repair person?
Ursopods, Protectorate forces, rogue scrappers, blizzards, mantisaurs, maybe even Auntie's choice forces. Truly a smorgasbord of unfortunate options.
Well, I'm delighted to know there are scrappers here. Sure, I'll help.
Oh, this is most appreciated. Unfortunately, the previous repair personnel took the only repair kit I had on hand. I'll mark the coordinates of the resistor bank on your map, but locating the repair personnel will be up to you. If you find
Right.
him, you find the kit. I hope. Otherwise, the repair will be most difficult. I'll guide you.
I'm really good at fixing things, so maybe it won't matter. Maybe.
Not the most hospitable climate. Keep an eye on your fingers and toes.
Good plan. Ooh, fancy. What are
I
these?
find your proposed time frame leisurely. Unaccountably so.
But going any faster grossly increases the threat of collapse. Burying us beneath the snow benefits no one.
So long as we are operating within the statistical parameters given to us. I see absolutely no reason to delay.
Please don't take me on a cotangent.
You're very focused.
Determine the cause of the avalanche.
temporary indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's future. Keep those eyes open, soldiers. Corneal frostbite be damned. Hold. We're presently observing a ceasefire with Auntie's choice, but its duration may be subject to sudden reversal. Would hate for you to get caught in any crossfire.
Me too. What are you doing here?
Gathering data on the enemy's movements and behavior. Blizzards raise the degree of difficulty, but that's our problem, not yours.
Stay strong. It'll clear.
How comforting objective truth can be. Cloister has been a difficult front, and losing the archive, first to the invaders and now to the Protectorate, has made it even more painful. Never mind the rifts. If you're looking for a way to help us out, I recommend heading to Laplace's garden. Follow this path and you can't miss it. Only the finest place on this ice ball. Words aren't sufficient to capture its many quality attributes. Best you observe it yourself. Avalanche collapsed part of the tunnel to the garden, so the safest path is along the cliffside here. Mind your step.
I still think approaching the Order is best. They at least try to base their beliefs on logic. And allying with them could increase our chances of success.
Well, I'm planning to talk to them anyway. Maybe, if we talk well enough, we can ally ourselves with both groups. Worth a try, I say. A long walk. Cold weather. All right, what's your deal?
Oh, hello. Cogitate here often?
No.
I've got your numeral. Keep moving.
I believe we've been threatened. I guess these discs are portable heaters. Much like you'd find at a restaurant if you insisted on dining outdoors in the cold. Your hat is silly. Okay, are these guys going to be friendly or are we going to be shot at?
No reason to reason with you.
Well, as long as there's no reason to shoot at me, I'm okay with that.
Did you receive your personalized order prediction yet? I'll admit to a bit of trepidation in regards to opening mine.
Well, there's an interesting hat.
Please keep your behavior within acceptable parameters.
Honestly, the ones you get in the field are lifesavers. I would have been dead 3 times.
Wear that so people will think you're bright.
Oh, that does set my mind at ease. Now, let's see.
We got a vending machine. They have just one. Oh, it's a bounty machine. The Mangler, Mantisaur Queen, and Buckshot Bill. For the crimes of haphazard manslaughter, egregious desecration of human remains, and habitual mastication and consumption of humans. The Mangler is one of many mantisaurs dropped on Cloister by Auntie's forces. Even for her species, she has proven immensely destructive, intelligent, and resistant to extermination. Of particular note is her special propensity for dismemberment. Mantisaurs are hardly gentle killers, but almost every corpse recovered in this queen's wake has been discovered missing all 4 limbs. For reasons of statistically anomalous viciousness, the Mangler must be eliminated post-haste. And we've also got Buckshot Bill. For the crimes of organized and disorganized pillaging, theft, and ransoming of research, miscellaneous murder, reckless and constant discharging of a firearm, exponentially increasing noise violations. Brief. A once decorated soldier of Auntie's choice, Buckshot Bill was motivated by only one thing: the acquisition of progressively larger and louder firearms. Apparently dissatisfied with a selection of mediocre standard-issue Auntie's choice weapons, Bill convinced his unit to desert. He and his fellow bandits had pillaged a number of Order convoys, stealing their research and technology within. He and his lackeys were last spotted in the northeast region of Cloister, near an isolated excogitation chapel. Locate Buckshot Bill and prevent him from ever harassing the Order again. These authors hate me. Okay, so we seem to have 2 things to explore. It's like a tunnel of some kind. It's probably what they were working on the other side. Nice of them to leave us supplies.
Heard that rift near the Halt! The Oracle Laureate sent ahead to expect someone matching your description. However, he said nothing about admitting questionable allies. Cultist. Agitators are not permitted inside Laplace's garden. Your companion will have to wait outside.
How'd you like to find your insides waiting outside?
I find that an improbable outcome were we to engage in violent conflict.
I'd be betting on her. We're all on the same side here. Can you make an exception?
Laureate Beckett did impress the importance of not delaying you. Very well, head on in. But behave yourselves. The garden is something of a fragile ecosystem.
She's a cultist. She doesn't go around stepping on plants.
Agent, I have a message for you. Oh, I was not expecting you to be in the company of a cultist.
A cultist and her extremely sharp knife. Shall I introduce you?
No, that won't be necessary. Where was I? Oh, yes, I remember now. On behalf of the Order of the Ascendant and her impermeable wisdom, the presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar, welcome to Laplace's garden. The presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct you to the Artificer Laureate for whatever pressing matter has brought you to the garden. She's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary courtyard. Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right.
What about Vicar Alden?
Oh, yes. The vicar did ask me to direct you to him. How positively forgetful of me.
Yeah.
He should be waiting for you in Belvedere Hall's main courtyard at the top of the stairs.
What's an Artificer Laureate?
The Artificer Laureate is head of the Department of Applied Scientism, overseeing the exemplars, or craftsmen, of our order. Weapons and technology all fall under her purview.
And what's wrong with the presiding bishop?
Oh no, not at all. The presiding bishop routinely spends time in a sensory deprivation chamber to hone her mental faculties. Of course, she does seem to be logging more hours in the chamber of late, but I'm certain that's all part of the plan. The rest of the Laureate Council is capable of managing affairs while the presiding bishop is occupied. Really, it's no reason for concern. Nothing in the garden is.
She's discovered crossword puzzles. Place seems oddly calm for being in a war zone.
Look around you. I don't see a battlefield. Do you?
Not in this building, no. But you are at war with the Protectorate.
All conflict is transient in nature. To dwell on the negativity of a moment is to risk missing the opportunity of what comes next. Those in the garden have enough perspective to remain present and to focus on what matters: science and progress.
Cool.
And you for recognizing such quality of vision. But now, I fear I have kept you long past an ideal duration. May all your problems precede solutions.
I really don't mind if we find the solution before we know there's a problem. But okay. Well, another one of those light
This
heads.
place smells like science. Or maybe that's math.
Cloister. What do we got? Nothing we haven't seen before. Frost grenades, heavy plasma, long, mini rockets. I think we have a winner. Rockets themselves are extremely expensive. And of course, I don't guess you ever get relationships with vending machines. Well, let's check out the bar.
I'm cutting you off there, Charles. That's your third conviction today. People will start to worry.
The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
Welcome to the Caff Integration Point. Will it be caffeine or convictions today?
Convictions?
Convictions are statements which promote personal and professional confidence and well-being, leading to 22.9% more scientific breakthroughs in a given quarter. Interested?
I'll take 5. No, 10.
Let's start with 1 and see how it takes. Before I can administer your conviction, I need to ask you a question. In what area of your life do you feel you need the most improvement? Personal or professional?
Yeah, that's kind of a personal question. Yeah, it is. Pretty intimate.
No need to start chewing erasers. I'll be gentle. Promise.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say personal issues.
Expand on that for me.
Is this about Niles?
You are not bound to repeat the mistakes of the past. The future is limitless.
Thanks.
Good. Never forget that you are a valuable factor in the universal equation and necessary to advancing the plan. Now then, a brief conversation is customary following the initial service. I haven't seen you around before. New project appointment? Must be an adjustment, all things considered.
An adjustment? Are we back at the wellness center?
Come now. Don't tell me you haven't noticed our particular strain of hospitality here in the garden. I can only imagine how odd such an abundance of tranquility and friendliness must seem when contrasted with, well, anywhere else in Arcadia, especially in the middle of a war, and so near active fighting. Almost unfeasible, wouldn't you say?
No, you do a passable impression of a scientician. Did you grow up near one of our settlements? Have a few years of order training?
I'm quite sure I don't know what you mean.
Oh, I understand you may technically count as a member, but there's a perfunctory element to your articulation. You don't believe in the plan, and you're clearly up to something.
Oh.
She sized you up almost immediately, Commander. Been softly probing you for information. I clocked her the first moment she opened her mouth.
So what's she doing here?
Excellent question. I've been wondering the same thing. Well, do I have to shoot up the place? Or will you come clean immediately? Who do you work for, little mole?
By the architect. Keep your voice down, please. Even if what you say is true, this isn't a conversation best had amidst present company. Let's talk somewhere more private. Behind the calf integration point, perhaps?
I guess our answer is yes. Y'all have my back, right? In case she turns around and tries to kill us.
You must be curious why I asked for such a discreet rendezvous.
I've got an idea.
Dear me. I hope you weren't expecting some illicit tryst. You wicked thing. On the contrary, I need your help proving a certain theory of mine. I have adequate reason to believe the Order is conducting a mass experiment on the population of Laplace's garden.
Do they have room for another participant?
You might put down your proverbial hand once you hear the specifics. The Order is not cultivating its perfect, plan-abiding society through careful ideological pruning, as the laureates would have you believe. It's simple pharmacology. Put bluntly, they're regulating the emotions of everyone in Laplace's garden through drugs in the water supply.
You don't seem to be affected.
I'm limiting my water intake and using other pharmaceuticals to combat the effects. It's not a perfect system, but it works adequately enough.
What's the partial effect feel like?
It makes the mind quieter, like closing the door on a screaming crowd. It's not unpleasant.
And what's the goal?
Why would the Order want to create a society of undistractable little academics whose only desire is to advance the plan? I wonder.
Okay, now you're being rude. So, what do you want to do about it?
Moderate your volume, please. No one here is in any immediate peril. Probably. The Order claims the subjects here supposedly consented to participate, but it was begun prior to the schism with the Protectorate, so who's to say? Regardless, if the Order has made some kind of pharmaceutical breakthrough, imagine how useful it might be to certain parties to know about it in advance.
What parties?
I represent a group of information traders who would pay well to get their hands on a sample of this drug. Interested?
So you're with Sub Rosa?
So you've heard of us. Good. That makes this easier. My primary task has been to watch the Order. But I'm confident my superiors would agree. Physical proof is of far greater value than mere rumor.
So it's all about the money?
No. This is about control. Everything is.
How do you figure that?
Most see this as a war of survival. But what everyone's really fighting for is control over the narrative. To be declared victor and have their vision for Arcadia deemed superior. It follows that a drug capable of suppressing discontent could also be used to suppress greater forms of resistance. That's all.
Okay. I can investigate.
All you need to do is enter water reconditioning and collect a sample of the drug. I believe they call it perspective. This passcode will give you access to the main terminal. Watch the guards patrol before making your way into the facility. If worst comes to worst, I wager Laureate Beckett also has a keycard on him, but that might be tricky to lift. Lately, he's been sitting near the fountains, performing his silly little breathing exercises. If he's not there, then he's likely in conference with the presiding bishop. Whatever you do, be discreet. I can't have any laureates asking questions about me. Understood?
Yeah, if it's in the water supply, can't you just get a sample?
It's too diluted by the time it enters circulation.
Okay.
I need the unfiltered drug, which is only accessible to those working in water reconditioning.
Okay. Anything else to help?
Outside of work, I have, let's call it an alternative inventory. You'll have to pay, of course, but I'm sure I have something that'll make your job a little easier.
Let's see.
And I'd like to offload some of this merchandise. Sounds like a win-win.
I'll take 2. Fancy grip. Stun baton. Crescenite. Okay. Oh my goodness, you got a lot of mag picks. One of the few things I probably don't need. Regular picks, yeah. All right, well, I think that's all I want at the moment. But thank you. That movement almost seemed aggressive. All right. Interesting. Completely unidentified.
What a lamentable state of affairs. I remember the days when Laplace's garden lived up to its estimable purpose. Now look at it. The fountain in disrepair, pedagogy in the park, even the lights above our heads have winked out like stars taken down from the sky.
Times are rough.
Nevertheless, one must persist. The plan is good. The shadow of ignorance cannot withstand its light.
I'll see if I can fix the lights.
I knew you had a knowledgeable look about you. That would be wonderful. Thank you, dear. There's a panel just here.
Yes.
I will supervise from a respectable distance, but know that I am with you in theory, like the architect's own guiding hand. And so there was light. My sincerest thanks. I will be sure to extol your virtues to the laureates the next time we speak. And here, a little treat for your effort.
She give me a snack. Fruit casts. Wow.
Moving on. Only heavily adapted predatory fauna eke out a brutal existence.
A second makeup exam will not be offered, so I hope you studied this time, Briar. You may begin now.
Right. No pressure. Shh. If I'm caught talking during this makeup exam, what does it matter? Can't mark the occipital from the parietal with these voided questions. And is there something wrong with the air recyclers? It's getting hard to breathe.
Everything seems fine.
Oh, good. Just me then.
Yeah.
Can't believe my future in the Order will be decided by an understanding of the vaporescent properties of trinitrotoluenes. I don't even like bitrotoluenes.
What's the first question?
My vision's gone a bit fuzzy, but the exam's right here on the monitor. Have a look. I'm sure I'd recover my wits enough to tackle the rest of the test if you can just help me make sense of the first question. Just be discreet, won't you?
Secondary entrance exam for exemplar aspirants. This exam might as well be in another language. You cannot decipher any of the questions, let alone begin to guess at the answers. Well, that's a shame. It's about explosives, I can tell you that. Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't make sense of it.
No, it's fine. I should probably start familiarizing myself with custodial routines. Janitorial sciences. Here I come.
Sorry.
You okay? Seem off by a few decimal points.
I wonder if there was anything else for us to explore in there. They only spoke to one person and on one floor.
Whew, this is much easier on these old eyes of mine.
Oh, right.
Hello. Welcome to Caff Integration Point. I'm Junior Caffeine Celebrant Runch, and I'll be happy to assist you today.
How do you like it here?
Is this another census? Were my previous answers not sufficient?
What census?
The bi-weekly census about residency satisfaction. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? I could spend all day expositing on the benefits of the garden, but I think you'll experience much of it yourself. If you're permitted to stay, of course.
Oh, what can you tell me about Persephone Doyle?
Oh, she's a real top-of-class type. Smart, but also patient. I struggle sometimes with my advanced courses, but Persephone's been tutoring me after work hours.
Sounds like a great person.
I'm just glad she doesn't mind teaching the same lesson twice. Anyway, I'd hate to waste any more of your free study period with my idle thoughts. Anything else I can help with?
I think that's it for now.
On a scale of...
Okay, what do we have here? Nothing terribly exciting.
Of 1 to 100, how pleased are you with the garden in its current state? Please, try to capture your exact satisfaction to the nearest 10th integer.
100? Sir, that's the right answer, isn't it? I can show my math if you need. I'd really love to stay.
Determining the remainder of your stay in Laplace's garden is not the purpose of this survey, but your unprompted insecurity.
Okay, I think we have thoroughly explored the coffee house. All right, what are you people looking at? Y'all aren't bomb worshippers, are you? Well, strange.
If you need to discharge any sputum, I ask you kindly aim such accretions away from my general direction. Thank you.
Oh, good, you're alive.
No, not dead. Not yet. Nor imminently, one hopes. I am merely waiting.
For what?
I have no idea. Sometime last year, I predetermined an occasion of momentous import would happen today, right here, at these very coordinates.
Is it happening right now?
Unclear. I'm inclined to think this conversation may contain some portentous value, but I'll need to run a few more calculations to be sure. Leslie Beckett, Oracle Laureate, Seer Supreme, leader of the Department of Predictive Analysis, and not terribly good at informal introductions, evidently.
I think you're doing great.
Forgive me if I don't shake hands. I prefer to keep my skin microbiome free of exogenetic cells. You understand? But now, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the agent we've been expecting. I knew loitering at this location would yield results. I don't suppose you've stumbled upon any of our excogitation chapels around Cloister by chance?
Don't even know what an excogitation chapel is.
Excogitation chapels are order residencies where one can meditate in solitude on specific theorems relating to the plan. They're scattered all around Cloister. Prior
Wonderful.
to the war, such focused study led to all manner of breakthroughs, with audio logs routinely kept by the scientician in residence. In these unprecedented times, such logs could harbor hidden wisdom. However, with the war on, I've sadly been unable to get my hands on the last of these recordings.
What sort of breakthroughs?
All confidential, I'm afraid. Many are still under peer review, but I can assure you, their value is commensurate with, the discovery of gravity, or has the potential to be.
Okay. As I see him, I'll grab him.
Oh no, I couldn't possibly ask you to endanger yourself by seeking out these logs. Cloister is rather treacherous, and some of the chapels are difficult to reach by design. However, if you happened upon these chapels and recovered these logs, I would most certainly be interested in their contents. By my reckoning, the amount of logs to be collected is 4. You have that? 4. No more, no less. Each chapel should have at least one somewhere inside.
Okay.
I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Can you say anything about an experiment with the water supply?
How do you know about that? I mean, that is quite the allegation. I deny it effusively.
Uh-huh. I'm seeking to avoid accidentally compromising the experiment if it's ongoing.
As you have cleverly sussed out, Laplace's garden is the subject of an experiment into social conditioning, or curating, if you will, through the use of therapeutic pharmacology.
Uh-huh.
We have been administering a pharmaceutical to the population of the garden via the water supply that aids in emotional regulation. We call it perspective. It's odorless, harmless. Well, apart from the withdrawal, but I can assure you we have our best minds working on that little issue. Minor complication at worst.
What kind of withdrawal symptoms?
Irritation, paranoia, increased desire to gamble, oddly enough. All manageable conditions, of course. We are increasingly operating with fewer resources, however, and most regrettably, we've had to eject more and more subjects from the experiment in order to continue it. In a plan-perfected universe, we would have ample time to wean participants off perspective before sending them out of the garden. But, alas, we do not live in that universe. Yet.
I'm not sure I like the sound of this.
Why in the world would we do that?
Because it's wrong to drug people without their knowledge or consent?
Is that your concern? No. All the participants agreed to have pharmaceuticals administered to them at any given point. See? Perfectly consensual, at any rate. I have no interest in debating the ethics of this experiment with a layperson. No offense.
When they consented, they probably imagined that they'd know exactly when they were having drugs administered. Just saying.
Don't we all?
Any thoughts about Wiley's takeover of the Alexandra Monastery?
Nothing beyond what I already included in my 165-page summary of the incident. Why do you ask?
Wiley was one of your seers. Don't you feel a little responsible for what happened?
Of course I do. That is precisely why my energy is better channeled toward the future, to ensure such tragic events never happen again. Landon Wiley was afflicted by that which strickens all scholars, the desire to effect change, to advance the plan at any cost. Were his methods wrong? Unequivocally. Should he have come to me with his concerns? Undeniably. But was his conclusion categorically sound? That remains debatable.
But your methods of adding drugs to the water are great. Okay. Oh boy.
For pity's sake, is it the pump or the sealant? Industrial science is mostly theory, they said. You won't have to put your knowledge into practice for years, they said. Now the fountain's broken and I can't. Useless. I'm useless.
I'm sure you're not useless, just overly fretful.
Am I fretting? No. No one in the garden frets. Why would they? Well, there was Roberto. But then he was assigned to the delegation and... should have been back by now, actually.
I don't think he's coming back.
I should have theorized as much. No one who leaves the garden returns. But I can't afford to let myself be distracted by speculation right now. We had an avalanche recently, not far from the dome. One of these fountains stopped working around the same time. Stands to reason something must have been jostled loose. I recently placed into the industrial sciences, so I've been entrusted to fix the issue. But I've never had to put my knowledge into application before. It's not going well.
Where's the problem?
You must be an agent of the architect. The panel here controls the intake and outtake for the fountains. I'd start there.
I'm shot. I fix things.
Oh, praise the architect. I hear water running. Come see, it's beautiful.
Wow. Making life better wherever we go. Work order. Novice Point. You have been assigned the honorable duty of fountain repair. The fountain is more than a water feature. The fountain is a metaphor for Laplace's garden. When it springs, the garden flourishes. When it goes dry, the garden wilts. Repairing this fountain will be the apex of your achievement, a one-man battle against the scourge of imperfection. We expect great things from you. I'm afraid I'm going to get this idiot promoted. That's okay, I'll just jump. Okay. Oh, so we could have gotten his key card. Did he give it to us? And would asking for it, create unpleasant questions?
It seems they've gotten the fountains working again. Feel that fine mist on your face. Do not think about the aerosol contaminants floating in it. In what manner can I assist you?
I need to gain access to the archive.
Impossible, I'm afraid. The Protectorate is rather well entrenched at present, and nothing short of an all-out siege is likely to dislodge them. If you're determined, I recommend consulting with the presiding bishop on the matter. She can tell you more.
Okay. Yeah, I was afraid of that. So the only way I could actually get any information from him would be to rat out the spy. So it looks like we'll have to do this on our own. Is that the coffee place? No, that's the coffee place. Or is it? No, that's the coffee place. Okay, then what's this?
The scientician surplus. No more than what you need.
Such as, you'll never be sad when you have solutions. That apparently was a note to self, not to be read aloud.
Welcome to the Scientician Surplus. I am the scientician in question. Any inquiries about the stock may be directed to me.
Straightforward.
Either you intend to buy or you intend to go without. It would be unethical for me to interfere with your decision-making process.
Yeah, I'm surprised you had this much stock.
It's there in the name. Surplus.
Fair enough.
Of course you would.
Pet for your ship. Oh, I always hate when I see that. So I could get a pet, or I could revive myself if I get injured in battle. Cover fire. Back guard. Extra holster. I'll buy that. Oh, good grief. Do you have any junk to sell? Yeah, a little bit. Oh, that was fun. Now, why in the world would anyone have... So I seem to have at least 7 lockpicks. Okay, I'll buy it. How many do I have? So those are mag picks. Maybe that's an either or kind of thing. Because I don't see anything that looks like a lockpick. But it sure looks like that's what it's saying. Oh well.
Security personnel are permitted in this booth. Leave. Lift access is currently restricted. Keep moving. At this time, residents of Laplace's garden are not permitted beyond this point. Not sure exactly why I wanted to be up here. I just like going places when I'm told not to.
What is with the anomalous behavior?
I miss Boy Scouts.
You. I don't know who you are. But if you thought it wise to bring a cultist into the heart of Order territory, you are deeply foolish. I have not the slightest theory as to how you bypassed our guards. But if it was through violence, be assured, it will be returned exponentially.
Sigh. Surely you understand the merits of surrounding yourself with differing perspectives.
This differing perspective is explicitly violent and completely wrong-headed, especially in regard to the rifts. There is a cultist-centric issue the Order needs resolved. I suspect you are capable of doing such. If you are not, I cannot trust you, and certainly cannot allow you to see Ruth.
If these cultists are suffering the same affliction of being traitorous curs as the others seem to be, then I look forward to killing them.
Let's see what the plan is.
My task is this. A myriad of cultists have taken over the settlement of Newton, which is a nearby site of historical but not strategic significance. I want them gone. Once there was a bridge stretching from the settlement to the archive, but it was destroyed by a rift. Best keep your distance should you travel there.
As much as I'd welcome the bloodshed, it may be wise for me to avoid members of the Dawn until I get their treachery sorted.
I can understand that. I'm surprised the Order didn't foresee this.
If the Order could predict the future infallibly, my mentors would be alive. Seers become less accurate the more specific and more distant the prediction. All that aside, you shall need the Order's trust if you wish to see Ruth. This task will allow that. Journey to Newton. Eliminate the cultists to a person. Then we may speak of getting you an audience with Ruth.
What's the significance of this site?
Newton contains the Six Pillars Chantry, which was one of the first temples founded after Arcadia's colonization. It's over 100 years old. The cultists are likely profaning it. But even if they aren't, I don't want them there. Our loss of Newton is symbolic. If we cannot protect it, how can we protect Arcadia?
Oh, this is tricky. I'm gonna need more.
You're results-oriented. I can understand that. Fine. Expect a tangible reward on top of the Order's goodwill.
Okay.
May you prove my plethora of doubts unfounded. And may you keep your cultist colleague in line on your way out.
Now that's
Lucky the commander needs something from you, or he'd be looking at your intestines on the ground right about now.
Are you mad? We can take care of your problem first, I promise. I'm not going to bring it up if she doesn't. Confrontationalist. I get the distinct impression we're going to be on this planet for a few days. Seems like we've gotten about 5 or 6 quests already. Philo Tresmer.
Hello, stranger. Mercenary. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Any undue rage you note in my tone is not at all related to the recent coup in my beloved protectorate. I do so dearly love residing in a nest of traitors, waiting for them to capitulate, unable to aid my fellows at home. It is truly a wonderful feeling.
You're waiting for them to capitulate to the council?
The consul is the worst traitor of all!
I like you.
No. No, the Order must capitulate to the Sovereign. Only execution awaits the consul, and all others shall regain their senses. All this is beyond my purview, I remind myself. I must remain focused on the Order.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see you here.
I am not just anyone. The duty of a liaison is of the utmost importance, requiring due diligence and delicacy. Though I suppose it a mite strange that this task fell to me, as I'd urge the vehement tanning of any wayward body bent on disrespecting the Protectorate, which would now include the Protectorate at large. Madness, slandering my beloved sovereign, following that feckless consul, makes my blood boil.
Yeah, they shouldn't have turned against the Sovereign.
I fear it is not so simple. Though many within the Protectorate still trusted their leaders, a growing minority had begun to question their sovereign. They argued the losses we've suffered would not have happened if he could truly lead, that his father would not have allowed this to happen. Pah! Anyone who didn't side with the Sovereign will pay, sooner or later. You may count on it.
Yeah, nasty surprise.
I've proudly served the Protectorate my whole life. Now look at it. Traitors from without, traitors from within. It's enough to make an old man despair. That consul, I never trusted that miserable bastard. His betrayal is so galling, I'd almost care to join the armed forces to bring him to justice myself. But my hands quaver with age, and the Sovereign has tasked me with my own duty. I must see it to completion before all else.
I think it's fine to talk to me this way. I hope you don't talk to everyone this way.
Listen, you. The Protectorate does not do delegation. The Protectorate has a will that must be upheld. My presence here is a display of more faith than these fools deserve. Niceties are irrelevant, and likely detrimental to the task at hand. I am here to make the Order see the error of their ways. All other particulates are frivolous.
Nice chatting with you. Shame Tristan wasn't with me. I think he and you would be good friends.